So our first segment tonight is the county treasurer's race, and our candidates are Connie Durbin, if you want to raise your hand like you're in school, and, and Amber Keener. And this first question will go to both candidates. If elected, what is the first thing you would do or change in the treasurer's office? And how will you keep taxpayers informed? Ms. Durbin, we'll start with you.
Are these on? Can you hear me?
They should be on.
Okay. Well, Shelley Coon has a well-oiled machine going in the treasurer's office and a very good staff. So basically, we'll just continue on the way we are. We would see later on, like when new businesses or new housing developments come in and new parcels, if we need new personnel at that time or updating of our computer systems. But really, I think we would just continue on the way we are and work with the commissioners and work with all the other offices to keep the taxpayers happy. We have an open door policy, so anytime a taxpayer would want to come in and speak to us, they're more than welcome to. That's about what I would do.
Okay. Ms. Keener?
Thank you. I think when you take a step into a new role, there's always a learning curve. It doesn't matter what role you're taking on, whether you're flipping burgers at McDonald's or being president of the United States, as we've lately seen. But I think that something that I would really be interested in doing were I to become treasurer would be to explore new options. I think that the job of government is really public service. We are servants to our community, and I think that there needs to be better access to the treasurer's office. If you come in at 4:05 to pay your tax bill, a lot of times you're not able to do that. There is a drop box, but if you were to want to pay in person, there's really limited time to do that. So during the tax season, I have suggested, and I talked to some of the county commissioners about doing satellite locations or doing kind of flex time with the office so that they have extended hours specifically during tax time. I think that that is a different approach to the office, not that it's worse or better than Connie's option. I think I just view what that office can do a little bit differently.
Question 2 is for Ms. Keener. You said securing funding for major county projects is a significant issue facing the county and that you will work to find new funding sources. What might those sources be? How does that relate to your role as county treasurer? And how will that benefit the county treasurer's office?
So I've worked over the last year with another county treasurer in a different area of the state, and he has gone before the Senate Finance Committee and asked for money for his county, and I also worked with him on creating a portfolio to present to another board in Columbus. And he is looking at bringing about $5 million back to his county from the treasurer's office. Those are not taxpayer dollars that go through his treasurer's department. They're not real estate tax dollars. They are tax dollars that are in Columbus. But because he has connections there and he's able to kind of think outside of the box of the traditional role of treasurer, he has been able to really access some funding for his community. And I think that the learning that I've gotten to do, kind of helping him out and shadowing him in the last year, will really help Knox County. I have worked to secure funding from outside the county for projects within the city of Mount Vernon as a Mount Vernon City Councilwoman, and I will continue to apply that kind of persistence to bring funding to Knox County as well.
And I was remiss in my introduction because Knox Pages reporter Grant Ritchie is going to be helping me with the questions. So here's Grant.
All right, this question is for Ms. Durbin. You said you will fight for new technology and the staffing needed to handle any increase in the workload that stems from Intel or growth in general. What does that technology look like? How will it help, and how will it affect staffing and the treasurer's budget?
Well, we'll have to see how many new parcels we have. We do have a good real estate system now. we could work with that. We use Manatron, which is our main computer programmers, if we would need to put new programs in place for additional parcels or additional taxation. Staffing issues, if it comes to where we would need more staffing, we would have to go to the commissioners, and you have to work on your budget every year to see what monies are available for staffing and what they would allow you to have. We would just have to look at it at that time and then work, like I said, with the commissioners and with our computer programming company.
Okay. This question is for both candidates. The county treasurer serves on the County Investment Advisory Committee, which oversees the county's investment portfolio. What qualifies you to serve on this committee?
Well, just working in the office and working with Shelley. She is training me. She's a mentor, and you work with the commissioners and you work with an investment company to try to find the best investments for the county. It's a hands-on job with the treasurer there now, and she has worked with a couple of different investment companies, and that would what I continue to do, work with the investment companies, work with the commissioners to find the best investments for the tax monies of Knox County.
So I think that we all know that even though economists keep saying that we are coming in for a soft landing, that there's a recession coming. And I've been reviewing the portfolios from the last year, and I see that our cash and the money that is in the portfolio continue to fall. I think there's some diversification that could happen within those portfolios. I'm currently the treasurer for the Regional Planning Commission and have worked with the budget for the city of Mount Vernon for the last 2 years. And I think that that work is my qualification for this position.
This is also for both of you. Residents who disagree with their property valuations can appeal to the Board of Revisions. As treasurer, you are a member of the board. What qualifications do you bring to that role? And we can start with Ms. Durbin.
Yeah, the Board of Revision does consist of the treasurer, the auditor, a commissioner, and one of the appraisers. I worked in the auditor's office for 19 years, so I'm aware of your sketches of your parcels. And we encourage everyone to look at your property cards to make sure everything on there is correct. We look at your tax bill to make sure you're getting all the reductions that you're entitled to. We look at the different neighborhoods, because every values are by neighborhoods with the state. When they issue their triennial updates, they go by neighborhood sales, which is what we were just in. We look at you can appeal your value and put what you feel is a fair market value for your property, and we asked, you show us some kind of proof of why you feel that is the correct value, such as sales in your area or your neighborhood, and the whole board takes all that into consideration before they make their final decision on your value. And then you get a certified letter with that. And if you still don't agree with it, you can appeal on from there also.
I don't think that my answer can vary too much from Connie's answer because it is the same thing. Every case is an individual case, and just like we see people who come to the city for a zoning appeal or something like that, you have to make these determinations on a case-by-case basis, and I think it's really important to do your homework when there is a situation like that where someone does need to appeal, and I think that I have experience making decisions that affect the public and recognizing how important those decisions are.
This question is for Ms. Keener. Many candidates here tonight have businesses, homeschool their children, or have full-time jobs in the private sector. If elected, do you plan to be a full-time official? What do you consider full-time? And does it include being in the office each day during open hours?
So the job of treasurer is not just a clerk. The job of treasurer is a political office, and it's important for this office to recognize that connections and meetings in Columbus can really benefit the county. It's definitely important to be in the office during tax time and during the week to make sure everything is running smoothly. But if you have a treasurer that is just sitting in the office doing addition and subtraction, they are not getting out there and fighting for the people of Knox County. We all know that tax rates have increased incredibly. There is legislation coming in Columbus that would hopefully bring some alleviation of that type of thing. I think that the work that I've done lends my experience towards going to Columbus and fighting to reduce our taxes on our real estate, because this is something that can be done. Taxation, I think, is theft, and I think that we need to recognize that there are moves that can be made that can save taxpayer dollars, and not all of those can be done behind a desk in the treasurer's office.
And we'll go back to Cheryl for the following questions.
Our last question before the closing comments goes to Ms. Durbin. You said transparency in government is a significant issue facing the county and noted the commissioners need to be more accessible. How does that translate to the county treasurer? How does that relate to the county treasurer?
Well, when the question was asked, it was said, what do you see things that needs to change with the county? Now, the treasurer has an open door policy. You can come in, you can talk to us anytime. The only thing that I've noticed by being out at meetings and different events, the one common thread is that people would like the city council has, like to be able to see the meetings online, or just because when they do it during the day, a lot of people can't go. So just a lot of constituents felt that they would like to either have something online or maybe one meeting at night during the month where they could come and express their opinion or see what's going on. So that's, it doesn't directly affect the treasurer's office because we do have an open door policy. But for the county as a whole, I was just stating what a lot of the taxpayers have told me and constituents at different meetings that we've been at.
Okay. Each candidate will now have 1 minute for a final closing comments, and we will start with Ms. Keener.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I think that it is so important that people are engaging at a local level. I think that local elections affect you far more than national elections, although they're very interesting and spicy. But it is city council, it is the county commissioners, and it is your other local elected officials who really affect your daily lives, who get your bridges replaced, who put in new lights, and who create sidewalks for your kids walking to school. I just really appreciate what you guys are doing by being here and being informed. And if you have any questions, feel free to grab me. I have cards, and everybody in this room probably has my cell phone number already, so, but thank you.
Ms. Durbin?
Well, I just would like to say that I have 21 years of experience between the auditor's office and the treasurer's office. I feel that I have the expertise and experience to lead this office. In regards to like satellite offices and being able to pay your bills, we do have several options to pay your bills. If we needed to look at opening satellite offices, that would be something we'd have to discuss with the commissioners because vast sums of money come through that office. So you would have to have staffing at these offices, you would have to have equipment, you would have to have security. So that would be an issue, but it would be something that could be discussed if it came to that. As for funding, the treasurer really does not set policy. We do have a Treasurers Association, which has a legislative branch where we can present ideas to. But other than that, we're basically collect real estate taxes and manufactured home taxes and see that all the funds that come in are distributed to all the county entities properly and balanced with the auditor's office every day. So I would appreciate your vote.
Thank you. That concludes our county treasurer race.